Acts 4:30.
What
The
about
servant.
it? Really? So if Jesus became man to be a servant of the Father, why is that a problem?
Because the servant and his human nature. Now I get it.
Okay.
Before you answer me.
Because you think about it. In fact, Philippians 2. Let's go to Philippians 2. Go to Philippians 2. It answers it for you. Go to Philippians 2. Read verses 5 to 8. Go ahead.
And in your relationship with one another, have the same mindset as Christ Jesus, who being in very nature God.
He was in very nature what?
On being very nature God.
So his very nature was the nature of God, right?
Yeah,
okay,
very clear here. Do not consider equality with God something to be used in his own advantage.
So he didn't consider, now let me break it down. You go, okay. He did not consider the equality he had with God the Father. There means God the Father. He was in the nature of God, and he was equal to God the Father in nature, but he didn't take advantage of his equality with the Father. So what did he do?
That is true. My question was about this word here, to be used to his own advantage.
Yeah,
now,
in other words,
in
because
King James,
yeah, it says he did not consider equality with God in the King James to be robbery. In other words, he wasn't robbing the Father. He wasn't robbing the Father by being equal to the Father, because that's what he was.
Now that here that I don't understand. Now I went and made a research in Greek.
Yeah.
And many in Greek they say, like in Matthew 11:12 maybe, or 11:16, the same word is used, and it means to be robbery, like
robbery. So what is it? Does it mean to
steal something that is not his?
Well, no, not necessarily, because it can also mean that he didn't think it's robbery being equal to God, because that's what he was. But then he still didn't take advantage of it, because though he's equal to God and could have demanded the honor and glory that goes with being with God, he set it aside to become nothing. That's what it says.
Okay.
Read right there. You're going to see Philippians 2:7. Read it again. What did he do in Philippians 2:6? It says, though being in very nature God, did not consider his equality with God something to take advantage of, because what did he do in verse 7?
Rather, he made himself nothing by taking the very nature of a servant.
Okay, catch it?
Being made.
Do you understand what it means? He didn't take advantage of being equal. He didn't say, look, I'm equal to the Father, so I deserve the same glory, honor, majesty that the Father receives, and the same worship and submission by creatures that the Father receives. So I insist in getting it. He said, no, you know what? Though I'm equal to God, and that's not robbing God of glory, right? Though I'm equal to God the Father, and that's not robbing God of glory by being equal to, because that's what I am. I will not take advantage of it, but make myself a slave in order to fulfill God's will to bring about the salvation of human beings. But when did he become a slave? Read verse 7.
And being found in appearance as a man, he humbled himself.
But read verse 7 again. The start of 7 again.
Do not consider equality with God something to be used to his own advantage. Rather, he made himself nothing by taking the very nature of a servant, being made in a human.
So when did he become a servant?
When he became in a human form.
So before he became human, was he a servant?
No.
Okay.
He was equal.
Okay, so now before you move on, and then so he became an appearing in human likeness, he became obedient even to the death on a cross. Now, before you move on, so Jesus became a servant, a slave, when?
And in the human likeness.
So when he entered the blessed womb of his mother to be conceived as a human being, right?
Yes.
So before that, in heaven, he wasn't a servant, right?
No. Okay. He was a king.
Okay, but before you get there, so he wasn't a servant in heaven, right?
No, of course not.
Okay, but go to Revelation 22, verses 8 to 9. Revelation 22, verses 8 to 9.
I, John, am the one who heard and saw these things. And when I heard and seen them, I fell down to worship at the feet of the angel who had been showing them to me. But he said to me, do not do that. I am a fellow servant with you, with your fellow
question, brother,
and with...
before you go on. Yes. The angel said, don't worship me because I'm a fellow servant with you and your brothers, the prophets, right?
Yes.
Who hold to the testimony of God, worship God, right?
Yes,
So wait, angels are servants by nature, right?
that is true.
So if you're an angel, you're already a servant, right?
You're a messenger of God.
Yeah,
You
but
serve
not
him.
messenger only. No, not only that. If you're an angel, you're what also? He said it right there.
You're a servant. You're,
Okay.
you're a servant.
So if you're an angel, a created angel, you're a servant already, right?
Yes.
And if
this
you're
proves your
human,
point.
you're a servant, right?
Yes.
You don't get the point?
No. I mean, you talked about it before.
No, but
this.
get
I
the
have heard
point.
this.
Get the point. If you're an angel, you're a servant. If you're human, you're a servant, because creatures are created to serve God, right?
Yes.
But you just said, and you just read, Jesus in heaven wasn't a servant. He only became a servant when he became man. Well, if he wasn't a servant in heaven, then he wasn't a created angel, because if he's a created angel, he already would have been a servant.
That is true.
So then how are the Jehovah's Witnesses right that say he was the Archangel Michael?
I stopped.
No, I know, but you get my point, right? I know you don't believe that.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is, if Philippians 2 says Jesus only became a servant when he became human, because human creatures and angelic creatures are servants by nature. They're created to serve God. But it says that Jesus wasn't a servant until he became human on earth. So before he became human on earth, he wasn't a servant. Well, the only thing he could be in heaven if he wasn't a servant is God, because in heaven it's God and servants.
True.
So if he wasn't a servant in heaven, he had to be God in heaven.
That is true.
But he's not the Father.
That is true.
So how many persons in heaven that are God?
Until now, two. But we will get the third later.
No, the Spirit was there too. But yeah, you get it now?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, so what's the problem with Jesus being a servant if he's man?
Nothing, because we are all servants as man.
Okay, so
and as angel and as created creatures.
Okay, what's the next question, brother?
Okay. Now there's a part about the paganism in the Trinity that I have that I have made some researches about, and the Jehovah told me about it, and I have made some researches about it. But this is like maybe it's another topic because it's
what's the paganism in the Trinity, so I can laugh with you?
Well, I don't like to say it. It's paganism.
Say it, man. It's okay.
Or to accuse it.
Don't worry, you can say it, because I'm gonna fly to Lebanon. I'm gonna beat you over. Don't worry about it. What's the argument?
We have no electricity. We have nothing here.
It's okay. I'll come visit you. But so, what's the paganism in the Trinity? Tell me.
Well, as I have done my own,
yes, you have
my own one-sided research. Is one-sided, not two-sided, because I have read only one point of view. Like there were many civilizations and religions, and also Aristotle.
The Babylonians, the Egyptians, they had three gods grouped together, and then they put pictures. Yeah, I know it. Okay, and that's the argument.
Yeah, that's the argument, because it makes sense that later when Constantine built the church, there's a whole story about Constantine. I've actually watched a documentary about his life, and I have read some books about him.
Okay.
And I don't like him. I don't know why, but I don't like him. Maybe later I will.
Listen, man, it's okay. He's dead.
You once said something.
Leave the man alone. He's dead. Leave Constantine alone. He's dead.
You said something very nice the other day, that you said that 20 years ago you hated the Catholic churches and all these churches, but later on, when you gain more knowledge, you started to love them.
Oh, I love that. Just for the record, I know the Protestants, some are not gonna like this. I love the Catholic Church. I love the Orthodox Church. I love the Coptic Church. I love the Assyrian Church of my ancestors. I love these churches. And I love Protestant churches, obviously. But, 20 years ago, I couldn't say it. Now, I say it freely by the grace of Jesus Christ. Now, but, okay, forget Constantine. Just let's get to because you give me a speech. Constantine, Nicaea, hello. Okay, get to the point about the paganism.
Okay. This Trinity formula was used a lot by many other religions.
So do you want me to refute that very easy?
What?
You want me to refute that very easily?
Yes.
Okay. There is not a single example you can show me in the pagan religions, Babylonians, Egyptians, where they have one God existing as three persons. What you're going to show me is statues of three separate gods, Often it's a male God and a female, his wife, and their offspring. That's the Trinity?
I have one close to it.
I guarantee you it's not before Christ. Go give it to me.
Okay, it's about the Indian, the Hindu gods.
Yeah, the
No.
Trimurti. I just told you, I guarantee you it's not going to be.
Sorry.
I'm going to challenge you to show me the Trimurti of the Indians predating Christianity, that it was something they believed before the time of Christ and before the spread of Christianity in India.
No, the Hindus are very long, are very old.
Okay, hold on, my friend
before-
George, because I have on my friend Timothy, because you still didn't get it. Timothy, I'm going to talk to my friend Timmy. Hey, Timmy, hold on a second, George, because you didn't get it. Timmy, this man didn't hear what I said. I know Hinduism is an ancient religion, but maybe you can help him understand. Timmy, there is no evidence that the Trimurti is ancient. Hinduism is ancient, but the belief in the Trimurti, no evidence exists that it is before the time of Christ. The evidence shows that the Hindus came up with the Trimurti in response to the spread of Christianity in India. So what has that got to do with Hinduism being ancient and the Trimurti being an innovation of the Indians to compete with Christianity, Timmy? Did you get it, Timmy? Oh, okay. Timmy got it. I want to know, George, did you get it?
Yes, now I understand what you mean.
So give me some proof, archaeological, historical proof, that the concept of the Trimurti, I know what it is, Trimurti, was there in India long before Christ was ever born.
Now I have a quote of it. I don't know. I don't have the exact year that it has been said, but the ancient nations, they say, "Oh, yea, three lords, now that I recognize
how many
only
lords
one God."
again?
Yea, three lords.
Okay, so can you show me which Christian speaks of the Trinity as three lords?
No, because this one was lost. Now here's the context of
Okay,
it.
go ahead.
He is asking them, and they will reply to him. "Oh, ye three lords, now that I recognize only one God, and for me there is, which one of you is the true divinity, that I may address him alone my worship? The three gods, Brahma, Vanu, and Shiva."
Yeah. Three gods. Becoming what?
Yeah, three gods. Becoming manifest to him, replied, "Learn, O devotee, that there is no real distinction between us. What appears to you is one, but we are three."
Okay. Did you catch the language? Three gods and three lords coming together to form a unity. Because they are not a single God. They're actually three gods that are coming together to form a unity, right?
Yes.
Okay, what were the names of the gods? Shiva,
Vishnu, and Brahma.
Yeah. Shiva, Vishnu, and Brahma. You got me now forgetting the name. See what you're doing with your...
Brahma.
Yeah, I even forgot how to pronounce it. What did you just do to me, man? It's Shiva, Vishnu, and Brahman, right? Brahma, yeah. Dude, what did you just do to me, man? Okay. Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, in one sense, are three gods. In one sense, they're manifestations of the same force. See, this is where Hinduism gets tricky. But again, Shiva, is it male or female?
I don't know.
Can anyone now confirm whether Shiva is male or female?
But by her name, it's female.
Okay, so here's my point. Vishnu, male or female?
I don't know.
Brahma, male or female? Okay, now, male, they're telling me. Someone's saying female. Okay, someone's saying it's male and female. Okay, anyway, I just wanted to make sure. I wanted to, see? Shiva's pansexual. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Anyway, here's my point. Here's the tricky thing about Hinduism. In Hinduism, the highest level of Hinduism, there is one God because it's an impersonal force. It's a force. That force can manifest in 360 million gods. So this is where you're getting deceived. They are 360 million gods, but in reality, they're all manifestations of that same force. You see the point?
Yes.
Okay. So at the highest level of Hinduism, there's this force. That force manifests in different gods. 33 million, you sure? You're probably right, 33 million. Did I say 360 million? I thought I recently, can someone check? Check Google, confirm, because I want to correct myself live before I make a mistake. I don't know. Someone said 33, someone said 36, 360. So we're all confused. You see, Hinduism you thought Trinity was confused. Look, Hinduism confused every one of us. Right? Right? One guy said 36, the other said 33. See? My goodness, you thought the Trinity. Okay, 33 million. Let's go 33 million.
Yeah.
33 million gods, because I want to be very accurate in what I say, but Hinduism is something I don't interact with often. But this I know, in the highest level of Hinduism, there's a force. That force is one, but that force manifests in different gods. 33 million, not 360 million. Why I thought 360 million? Maybe it's 365 days. Oh, who knows? Who cares? Okay. Oh, I know why 360 million. Do you guys know why 360 million? Because of the 316 idols in the Kaaba of Muhammad. So I'm confusing Islam with Hinduism. 360 gods and goddesses, idols of the Kaaba, with the 33 million. You see, too many religions. Islam, Hinduism. Anyway, follow me. Okay. In Hinduism, there are 33 million gods, but at the highest level, they are manifestations of the same force. So in one sense, you can say they're one. In another sense, they're not one. That's why what you read, there are three gods, three lords, but they're one. Why? Because at the heart of it, these three gods are all manifestations of the same divine force.
Okay.
Okay, now, number one, this is not the Trinity. It's not God manifesting in three separate gods who come together to form a unity. That's number one. Number two, this unity of Shiva and Vishnu and Brahma, the Trimurti, this was done to combat the spread of Christianity in India and to find a parallel that would compete with the Trinity to keep Hindus so they don't convert to Trinitarianism.
It's like a fake Trinity.
In other words, it's a counterfeit to the Trinity, because Christianity started spreading like wildfire in India. So to combat it, they had to now come up with a concept similar, not identical to, because there are no Christians who believe Father and Holy Spirit are three lords, three gods, and manifestations of this essence that predates them. How's that the Trinity?
It's not the Trinity, of course, but it's similar to it.
My friend, if that's the case, then you're saying that even the Jehovah's Witness view of God is paganism, because don't they believe Jehovah God created other gods?
Yes.
And then Jesus is a God that he created, through whom he created everything?
Yes. Yeah.
That's paganism too, man.
Yeah, of course. No, I am saying that Hindu is trying to make something like Christianity,
but it's not.
To stop the spread of it.
That's what I'm saying. Anything you have in Christianity will in some sense resemble religions out there. For example, not even the Trinity. You go to the Canaanites that the Jews had to fight and expel. The Canaanites believe there was a chief god named El, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And that he presided over a council of gods, 70 of whom were his sons, the sons of God. One of whom was Baal. Okay, now, did you know in the Old Testament, one of the names of Jehovah is El?
Elohim.
El, like Emmanuel, Ishmael, Israel. The word El, you know that's one of his names, right?
Yeah, yes. And once you talked about it,
Elohim. Okay, so not
Allah,
Elohim. Yeah, Eloh, Elohim, El. Okay, right?
Yes.
Okay, now, so here you have the Old Testament saying Jehovah is El. He presides in a heavenly council. He sits on a throne, and before him are gods, the sons of God. You just read it, Psalm 82, right?
Yes, of course. Yes.
Does that mean the Old Testament is pagan?
Of course not.
Why not? It's similar to the Canaanites.
Mm-hmm.
You see how stupid that argument is? So here's my challenge to you. Show me any faith, especially before Christianity and the spread of Christianity, that says there's one eternal God This one God has always eternally exist as Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Three distinct persons. Always.
In that special context, of course not.
Okay, so then how's the Trinity anything at all like paganism?
It's not. It's not. Okay. I will try to defend it, but
Don't worry,
I'm
I'll
not
smash
accusing
you.
it.
Don't
I
worry
will just
about
try to defend it.
Do you try to defend it so I can smash you? Go ahead.
Yes, of course. Yes. Okay, so it's not the same like three distinct persons, but it have the same concept of the Trinity. Like the concept is the same of it. So maybe the Trinity, the concept that happened with Constantine and stuff, they took these from the older paganism.
Did you know Constantine?
Religions.
First of all, Constantine, after the council, sympathized with the Arians, Arius and his followers, and started persecuting the Trinitarians. Did you know that?
I know that he took that person and he put him on an island. Then they came back. Then they killed him.
No, but
Then he died.
you're not following me. Well, see, someone's going to even dispute this because there are some people who think that Constantine was a saint. Anyway, Constantine sided with the Arians and Arius to persecute the Trinitarians. Arius actually is a Jehovah's Witness because he believed like the Jehovah's Witnesses. God the Father is eternal, and he created Jesus to be the first of his creation, the first God that the Father created. So who's actually closer to who? Jehovah's Witnesses are closer to Arianism or Trinitarians closer to paganism?
Jehovah's Witnesses is much closer to the Arianism.
How come they don't mention that when they attack the Trinity?
For reasons that I have asked the same question that you asked, because they say that Jehovah's Witnesses happened in like 200 years, no, less than like 120 years ago it started. But I asked them that there were some people that used to speak the same thing that you do. I was talking about the Aryan. They said, yes, there were many people that used to speak the same way, but they were not Jehovah's Witnesses because the organization wasn't formed yet. Silly answer to us.
That's very stupid. We're not saying you are Arians. We're saying your beliefs are like Arians. So does that mean your beliefs are pagan and false? Which they are. This is a silly argument because you cannot show me anywhere prior to Constantine the belief in one eternal God, his eternal Son, eternal Word, and eternal Spirit, all of them possessing the same nature as the Father. You're not going to find it. Doesn't exist. And not only that, what do you do with the fathers before Constantine that were teaching the Trinity? Like Ignatius and Irenaeus and Justin Martyr and Tertullian, Hippolytus. What do you do with that?
That is true. That is true.
Okay.
Now,
so now this paganism stuff is nonsense. It's not going to work.
Now I have read. Okay, I have read once about the history of the religion of Constantine before he was Christian.
Okay.
Before he had the vision or what.
Okay, let's try this again, George. Hold on, let me talk to Timmy because you're having a hard time. Hey, Timmy, can you show me where Constantine before Christianity worshipped one eternal God, eternally existing as three persons, the Father, his eternal Son, his eternal Spirit, before the Council of Nicaea, before he became Christian? Can you show me that, Timmy? Because I keep asking George, and George keeps going to the history of Constantine, his religious beliefs, and I keep asking that simple question, Timmy. Can you answer for him? Okay, thank you, Timmy. Timmy says no. Do you agree?
I agree.
Okay, so why do you keep going to Constantine's religion? Constantine also worshipped the sun, so that means Christians are sun worshippers?
No, what I mean that he wanted all the people to live happily together.
After,
so he
right?
joined part of Christianity to part of the paganism.
So can you show me at the Council of Nicaea where Constantine got involved in debate and was debating? Or did he just preside and let the Christians debate?
He just presided and let the Christians debate.
So can you explain your logic? How in the world then did he impose his pagan beliefs upon Christianity in order to make it one?
Because he chose all the...
Hold on, George. Let me talk to Timmy. George, hold on. Hey, Timmy, since Constantine wasn't the one who debated in the council, he simply called Arius and his followers and Athanasius and those who believe like them to settle the debate among themselves with Scripture. How could Constantine then impose on them his pagan beliefs to be then mixed in with Christianity? Oh, he couldn't? Thank you, Timmy. So Timmy says he couldn't. Do you agree?
I agree.
Okay. So why do you keep telling me what Constantine did when he did nothing?
What I meant that he chose his own priests, his own Christian priest that used to follow him.
Okay,
And once
Timmy, Athanasius was not a priest. Hold on, 1 second. Timmy, Athanasius wasn't a priest of Constantine. Neither was Alexander. Neither was Arius. What priest did Constantine choose to then take his pagan beliefs and impose it upon Christianity, when Athanasius, who was the champion of Trinitarianism, wasn't a priest of Constantine? Neither was Alexander, nor was St. Nicholas. In fact, afterwards, Athanasius won the debate and got the council to agree that his view was scriptural. Constantine turned on Athanasius. Is that how Constantine teaches his own priest, that he got involved to help influence Christians to adopt paganism? Oh, you say it's a silly argument? Thank you, Timmy. Timmy says that's a silly argument, George. What do you think?
He is correct.
Okay, so then are you going to keep this up again for another 20 minutes?
No, because I don't want to waste your time. And
no, I mean, we can
coming.
go, remember, it's your world. We can go another 20 minutes if you want on the same point that we've answered 10,000 times in 10,000 different
We
ways.
can, and you will answer the same question, and I will ask the same question again.
Okay, you see?
Okay.
So well, can you move on?
Okay,
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I will put that aside for now. Okay, now I have Galatians 3:20.
Corinthians what?
Galatians.
Oh, Galatians 3:20. Yeah.
Yeah, Galatians
Okay, so
3:20.
that God is
Let me
one.
open it.
Yeah, so you mean the same Galatians 3:20 that I did sessions on. Okay, so that God is one? Okay, God is one what?
But God is one.
God is one what?
Let me open it, all of it.
I know what it is, man. God is one what?
3:20. I'm sorry.
Brother, read Galatians 3:20.
Okay. However, implies more than one party, but God is one.
Okay, in one party, how many individuals in a party?
Many individuals.
Okay, so it says a mediator is a mediator between two parties, right?
Correct.
Okay, and this is talking about Moses, right?
Yes.
And the one party that Moses mediated for was Israel, right?
Yes.
And Israel is more than one person, right?
Correct.
So why would you assume that God is one person as opposed to God being one party?
I didn't understand, sorry.
Okay. Why did you assume God is one person? Where did it say one person as opposed to him being one party?
The law was given through angels and entrusted to a mediator. A mediator, however, implies more than one party, but God is one.
Okay.
So he's saying
And what
that
mediator?
the mediator is Jesus or Moses.
Okay, let's try this again. How's it Jesus when it's talking about the law?
The law. So Moses gave the law,
Okay,
of course.
so now was Moses a mediator for God alone or God and Israel?
For God, he used to take from God and give to the Israelites.
So then how many parties were involved?
Three parties.
No, because Moses is not a third party. I'm going to hit my head against the wall. Let's try this again. He's the mediator. Hold on. Timmy?
Okay.
Timmy, how can it be three parties when the mediator is not a party? He mediates between two parties. Galatians 3:20 one more time.
A mediator, however, implies more than one party, but God is one.
Okay. This mediator is the one through whom the law came, right?
Yes. So he's not a party. He is one. He is a mediator.
Okay. So and when Moses mediated, for how many parties?
Two parties.
Who are the two parties?
God and the Israelites.
Okay. So Israel is one party, right?
Yes.
How many persons?
There are many people in the Israelites.
Okay, so the one party doesn't mean one person, right?
No.
Okay, so when it
It's
says one, God is one, that's stated right after saying a mediator is a mediator for a party, right?
Yes.
So it's saying God is one party. Where does it say he's one person?
It doesn't say it's one person.
So why would you read it to mean God is one person when he's one party, and then you have to decide how many are in that party?
Because now when I am saying there is no point, there's like 2 points. It's like an exclamation mark. So he is continuing like a party, the Israelites and God. But God is one.
Yeah, of course.
Now I got it.
Because it's the one God who made the promise to Abraham and gave the law. But again, it's not one person. It's one party that is God.
That is correct.
And then when you
It is
read
not
the
the Father. It's God.
no, it's one party, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you say about the Father again?
No, I mean, but he said not but Father is one, but God is one. So
Yes.
he made all of them.
Yeah, and it's in the context of a party. God is one
Yes.
party. So
That
now
is
you
true.
have to show that that party that's God is only one person.
I cannot show that.
Okay, because if you go to the Old Testament, guess who made the promise to Abraham, and guess who gave the law to the Israelites? It says the angel of Jehovah with Jehovah and the Spirit. They were all there.
And they worship the angel of Jehovah
Yes.
once you said it.
Okay, so in Judges 2 verses 1 to 5, the angel of Jehovah says, I brought you up out of Egypt, and I swore to your fathers, I will not break the covenant that I made with you. So the angel says, it's my covenant, and I swore to the fathers. But that's the angel of Jehovah. That means the angel and God, because he's the angel of God, they're both involved in making the promise to the patriarchs and then also establishing the covenant through Moses. Well, that's two persons in the party, not one person.
That is true.
Right?
Right.
And then you have the Holy Spirit there as well. And I can show you Exodus 31 verse 3 that Bazaleel will be filled with the Spirit of God to build the ark. And then in Numbers 11, 16 to 29, it says the Spirit of God that's on Moses would also be upon the 70 elders, filling them. Numbers 24 verse 2, it says Balaam spoke by the Spirit. So the Spirit is there too.
That is correct.
Okay, so why would anyone read Galatians 3:20 to mean God is one person when it's talking about parties? Party, a mediator mediates between two parties, and God is one. In the context, one party, but yet that one party who's God used Moses to then give the law to another party. And who's that other party?
That is correct.
Who's the other party that God used Moses to give the law to?
The Jews.
Okay, but the Jews are not one person. They're one party, but not one person, right?
Of course.
So why would I assume that God is one person?
I cannot assume that because a party includes many people and persons.
You see? So a party can be one person, a party can be two persons, a party can be three persons, a party can be 600,000 men, not counting women and children, because that's how many the Israelites were.
Correct.
So it's not saying God is one person, saying God is one party.
That's correct.
You can now prove to me that one party means it's only one person. You can't. That's not what it's saying.
That's correct. That's correct.
So it doesn't work.
Very clear now.
Now Timmy's happy that you got it.
Yeah, yeah.
Timmy now
is a nice
smiling.
guy. He's patient.
No, Timmy's smiling, saying, "See, Sam, when you put a little pressure on people and you scare them, then you scare them straight to focus." Well, Timmy, it's out of love. You know, it's love, Timmy.